Hey, everybody. Well, you know what? I decided I'm going to bring you guys along while I make this cake. I'm going to make my famous banana pudding cake. And it's a scratch cake. It's made from scratch. And I'm going to show you all what I'm using. I use Swans or any Swift, any brand of cake flour you want. You can use it. So I'm going to be using the cake flour, 4 cups. I will be using a half a cup of vegetable oil, 1 stick of butter, baking powder, butter, imitation butter flavor. I'm using imitation vanilla flavor. You can use the real stuff if you want. I ran out of the real, but I got the imitation. It's just as good. You won't know the difference. Anybody who say otherwise, they're not telling the truth. Also, I have milk, any milk of your choice. So I am using almond milk, 1.5 cups, 2 cups of sugar, 5 eggs, a pinch of salt. And that's all what's going in this cake. And then my star ingredient, vanilla jello pudding mix. Now, I know you're saying, jello pudding, why? It makes your cake so moist. I've done this cake several times, and I didn't like it because, when you baking from scratch, sometimes a scratch cake can be a little heavy or a little dense. It can be moist a little bit, but I wanted mine moist. So I've tried this. This is my own personal recipe, and from when I had my baking business, PC Signature Cakes and Candy. And what I did one day was I decided to add the vanilla jello pudding mix to the cake. It took it over the top. So that cake is so moist and so good. And next, after I make the cake, I'm going to come back and show you what I use to make my whipped cream. I make fresh homemade whipped cream as well. So we're going to start putting this cake together, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the eggs. I will be adding 5 eggs in this bowl. And we're going to beat the eggs until they're light and fluffy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 5 eggs. All right, so I have peeled 5 eggs, and we're going to drop them in. All right, and this is going to be the start. We're going to beat them on high. We're going to beat them on high and till they lighten, till they fluffy, okay? So that's what it's looking like right now, and we're going to just let that go. And while that's going, I'm going to sift my cake flour. No, you don't have to sift your cake flour, but it'll be a little more dense if you don't. So if you want a light and fluffy cake, you sift your cake flour. So over here is my sifter. So I'm going to be using this sifter to sift my cake flour. And I'll be back. All right, guys, so now I'm going to start adding my sugar. And I'm just going to pour it in a little bit at a time and let it get mixed in. And this is, once again, is 2 cups of sugar. I used to put 3 in there, but I think 3 is, I thought about it, because I'm putting the banana pudding the last time I pulled back, and it made the cake a lot better. It wasn't over sweet, it was like just right. All right. So we got the sugar in. We're gonna let that beat. We're gonna let the sugar beat until it gets light and fluffy. Like right now, as you can see, it's still a little gritty and grainy. We want this to be light and fluffy too. So I'll be back. Okay, guys. As you can see, it's been beat. We're going to turn it off for a minute. Yeah. And we're going to drop this down. And as you can see, we got the sugar and the eggs all beat together. And now we're going to start adding, we're going to add in our butter, oil, and our flavors. So that's next. We're going to do, it used to, most people will use like a whole cup of oil. What I did do with my yellow cake, my white cake, is I mix it. I do half vegetable oil and a half of, and 1 stick of butter. That's going to give this cake so much flavor. It's going to give it a lot of flavor. So I put that in there, as you can see. And now I'm going to add, most people be using like a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. A teaspoon of vanilla flavor in your food, to me, don't do nothing. I'm a tablespoon girl because I like flavor. So I will put a whole, see that? A whole tablespoon of vanilla flavor in there. And I'm going to use a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of butter flavor. Yep, butter and more butter. So, see that? And a teaspoon of butter flavor. Now, we're going to mix this. We're going to let this mix up really good. Let me do it on a little half faster speed. You see that butter up in there? We're going to whip this butter up in there real good. And I let my butter sit out. It's been out for hours, so it's soft. Okay, so you see how I whipped it, that all the butter, everything is blended together perfectly. So now we're going to start adding in our flour mix, which I already put in the baking powder and the salt in the flour mix. And we're gonna be just adding this little by little and adding the milk right along with it. So that's what we're getting ready to do, y'all. But I'm gonna start off by putting what's in here. All right. I'm gonna bring this up. It's up. I'm gonna turn it on. We're gonna add a little bit of milk. Just a tad. That's all we're going to add of the milk. Because we have a whole 4 cups to go. All right? We're just going to keep on adding this. Yeah, this is what you call homemade bacon from scratch. We're gonna add a little more milk. So every time I add some flour and pudding mix and salt and the baking powder, I'm going to add a little more water to it. Blend it perfectly. See that? Yes, honey, yes. That's how we do it here at Valletta's World. So what you guys doing for Christmas? What are you cooking? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you're putting in the oven and for Christmas this year. I'm not cooking, really. I'm doing this cake for my cousin because I still have food left over from Thanksgiving, which I froze. I froze my dressing. I froze some turkey. Not turkey. I froze a turkey leg, but I froze some ham. We didn't eat all our ham, so I took that and I put that in the freezer. This is the last of the milk, guys. Yeah, so we froze all of our ham and dressing. So I don't have to cook the main course, the ham and the dressing. All I gotta do is do some greens and macaroni and cheese. That's all I gotta do. Look at that cake, baby. Don't she look good? We're gonna turn her off right quick. I'm gonna drop it down. See, I wanna make sure I get all that's up in here off. And we're gonna scrape down the sides. It's always good to scrape down your sides, guys. You wanna get all that goodness. Make sure that cake is blended real good. Okay? Because sometimes it don't get all down off in there. And sometimes you have to give it a little help. You know what I mean? See? So I get all along the sides like that. Make sure we get all that powder, that cake flour, and make sure everything is mixed. And then we're going to spin it not too much more. We're just going to go one more time now that we done scrape down the sides. Okay? And the bottom. We done scrape down the sides and the bottom. So now we're going to just get all that off that spoon. Yes. And we're going to bring it back up. Turn it on. And this is going to be our last little hurrah. You don't want to overbeat your cake because you don't want your cake to be dry. So you really want to watch it at this point. I'm just making sure everything is blended. And everything is blended. So we're going to turn it off. That's it. Baby, I just tasted that spatula. It is so, so good. So, so good. So I'm going to go rinse the spatula off. Rinse my beater off. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me in a minute. Okay, you guys, so here's my cake. And I folded it like 3 or 4 times like this. All right. And now all I'm going to do is start filling my cake pans. Okay. Sorry guys, I am concentrating over here, concentrating. You know how it is. You get to cooking something, baby, you want it to come out perfect. I'm trying to make sure that the cake is evenly distributed, because this is going to be a 3-layer cake. 3-layer banana pudding cake. Yes, that's what this is. This is how I make my homemade banana pudding cake. So many people have asked me for the recipe. So I decided to stop gatekeeping and show you guys how to make it. And you can make it your own, whatever you want. You can make this your own. All right. So the oven, you guys know, is already preheated. So all we got to do is put her in the oven. Put this off the outside. All right, so we're gonna shake them, and now we're gonna put them in the oven, and we're gonna bake these for at least 35 to 40 minutes, and I'll keep an eye on them on 375. All right, guys, so the cakes is done. They're out the oven, and that's what they're looking like. So this is gonna be a 3-layer banana pudding cake, and here's the results. Hey everybody. Okay guys, we're gonna make this the whipped cream, the homemade whipped cream for the banana pudding cake. So let's get it started. Today is Christmas, and we wanna, I decided I wanted to do it on the day of Christmas. The cake is already prepared. I prepared it the other day, and today we're just gonna do the banana pudding and the homemade whipped cream. So for that, we're gonna need 1 cup of whipped cream, heavy whipping cream. I put my mixing bowl. I'm using a metal KitchenAid mixing bowl, and I put her in the freezer. I forgot to put this in the freezer, but that's okay. I put the bowl in the freezer. It's been in there since yesterday because I wanted it to be chilled. So a cup of whipping cream. We need at least 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Sorry guys, I'm concentrating. 4. And then we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. And that's all it is to making your homemade whipping cream. And mind you, your heavy whipping cream has to be chilled. So it has to be in the refrigerator. And we're gonna turn this mixer on high speed, and we're gonna let it mix until it is whipped. And this is how you make homemade whipped cream. All right, guys? So we'll be back once it's all whipped up. Okay, you guys. So my Cool Whip is ready. It don't take long. It only takes a few minutes for it to be ready. And check it out. It is ready. See? But you know what? See how stiff it is? I think I'm going to do it I want it a little bit stiffer. Now what I did, guys, is I wind up doubling the batch because I knew 1 wouldn't be enough. I'm going to blend it just little bit more. You don't want to over blend it. Let me get the size down. So what I did was I made 2 batches. And I'm gonna let it whip a little bit fluffy. I want it a little bit fluffier. It's fluffy, but not quite the way I like it. I like it a little bit more stiff. My piece to be a little bit more stiffer. Don't take long, but because you gotta watch it because you don't want it to start breaking up. See, it's almost there. I'm pretty much at the consistency I want. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I like those stiff teeth. All right, let me turn it off. Yeah, that's what I want. You guys see that? Look at that. That's what I want. These big old, the stiff peaks like this. So the Cool Whip, the whipped cream is ready. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and next I'm gonna make my banana pudding. All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna make the banana pudding. I do not make my banana pudding from scratch. I know some people do. I've done it in the past. I did all that work, extra work, and I'm sorry. I just can't taste no difference, especially in a banana pudding cake, in the flavor. Because the cake and the homemade whipped cream, it just takes over. Now, if you're making homemade banana pudding, there is a difference. But with the banana pudding cake, it's just not worth it to go through all that work making the pudding from scratch. So I improvise and I use the Jell-O pudding banana cream. So that's what I do. And I only use 1 pack. This is enough for the banana pudding cake. Takes nothing but a few minutes to get this together. 3 cups of milk of cold milk. Make sure your milk is cold. That's 1. Y'all know I be concentrating, y'all. I be concentrating. 2. Ooh, child, I barely made it. They've been drinking up my milk. 3. So we're going to whip this pudding up, and then we're going to put this cake together. I'm going to start off on medium because I don't want it splattering all over. All right, you guys, so I just put it on from slow to medium speed. And last thing we got to prepare for the banana pudding cake is the bananas. We got to cut up the bananas. And I'm going to show you my process for that as well. Okay, guys, my pudding is ready. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to layer my cake. And next, I'm going to prepare my bananas. Okay, everybody. So now what I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to cut up my bananas for my banana pudding cake. And one thing I'm going to do to keep my bananas from turning brown, you guys, if you don't know this, you just add lemon juice and some water, and that's how you keep your bananas from turning brown. So I put like a little tablespoon. That's all you need. And so what I do before I put them on the cake and everything, I cut them up Oh, Jesus. And I drop them in my solution here. And this will keep your bananas from turning brown. And all you need for a banana pudding cake is about 3 bananas. You don't need more than that. Somebody told me I put too many bananas in my banana pudding. Okay, how you put too many bananas in your banana pudding? Just say you don't like bananas in banana pudding. You just want the pudding and the vanilla wafers, because some people don't like bananas. But it's called banana pudding for a reason. It's called banana pudding cake for a reason. So if you're a person who's not into bananas, but you like the pudding and the vanilla wafers, then just say that. Say, hey, can you do less bananas if you're baking it for that specific person? But if I'm not baking it for a specific person, I'm gonna bake it the way I bake it. Make it the way I make it, whatever. But yeah, so that's how you do it. So I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted you all to see the process, and I put them in here, and this will keep them from turning brown. And then I'll layer it in my cake, and I'll show you guys how I do all that next. All right, so as I was saying, we're gonna go ahead on and get started. So I'm gonna layer the outside with Cool Whip. And this right here keeps my filling inside. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing this to keep the filling inside. All right, there. So we got that. And next, we're gonna take the banana pudding. And we're gonna take the banana pudding and we're gonna put it inside the cake. See that? That's my filling. So that's like, the pudding is like your filling for your cake. And when I tell you, this is the best cake. When I took it to my cousin, since he wanted some for Christmas, because he came last year to my house, and I gave him a slice of the one we had for the house, and he wanted me to do him one, make him one. Remember, guys, I told you all that. Boy, when I tell you, my cousin's daughter came home from college, and her friends all came to the house. First thing they seen that cake with them vanilla wafers around it. Is that a banana pudding cake? I ain't never seen nothing like that. This is the kids, y'all. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Can we have some? Baby, when I tell you, we looked up, them kids had eaten over half that dang on cake. I kid you not. They had took more than half of that cake. So my cousin didn't have much left. So my aunt didn't get any. So my other cousin is like, can you make one for us for Christmas? So we're going over their house for Christmas dinner. And that's the reason why oh Lord, I hope you guys are still centered. That's the reason why we making this banana pudding cake. So, yeah. So now I'm going to see. You know what I didn't do? I like to make a syrup to soak my cake, to keep the cake from drying out. It's a soaking syrup, and I didn't do it this time. Oh, well. It's where I just poke holes in it, and I use like sugar in the cake to keep the cake from drying out. Well, I got 2 layers, two left, so I think I'll do that with those. child. I may have to use some of them bananas over there, them ripe ones. Because these bananas were small. I normally use large bananas. Oh, I think it's gonna work. It's enough. I got enough. All right, guys. So that's how we're gonna be layering this cake. I was gonna do the soaking. I'm not gonna do the soaking. I'm just gonna leave this cake as is. But to keep your cake moist longer, that's what you can do. All right. I normally slice the top and make it perfect. That's when I'm selling cakes, so it'll be evenly across, because this is a family function and things like that. I'm not gonna go through all that and make it perfect. But if I was selling this cake, yeah, I would have used the soak-in to make sure it stayed moist longer. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more on it. Thinking I should have put a little more pudding on the bottom one, because that pudding is what really makes this cake. But I got enough in this one on the midsection. Yeah, that's thick. That's enough. All right. I'm not pouring it from the spoon because I don't want my cake wet. I just want the bananas on there. I don't want the extra juice on a cake. Y'all don't want your cake to be all wet and stuff. Like some people like that leches cake, that Mexican leches cake. I don't like a wet cake. So like I said, all you need is 3 bananas, small, medium, large. They all will work. At first I was worried because I never used a small bananas like this. I always normally have large bananas, but I got what the store had and it worked. It worked out. And I only bought 3, as you can see, because I have those bananas going bad over there. And I'm gonna put those in the freezer and use those for my, when I make shakes. Because, baby, your girl got to get back on her weight loss. It's not that I done gained any weight, because I haven't. But I'm not losing. And I'm going for my 2-year post-op weight loss surgery doctor. And he want me to be under 200 pounds. And I'm still not under 200 pounds. So hopefully by April, I can be under 200 pounds. I don't want the pudding. I put the, okay, that's enough, guys. All right, so now we're going to, let me put some more around here. Okay. Now we're going to add the last layer on top. See, this is a 3-layer cake. I normally have my cake plate, my turning cake plate, but I don't have it. I sold them because at my yard sale. I didn't think I'd be making cakes anymore. Well, I know I'm not making them to sell anymore, so that was one of the reasons. All right. So, we got that on top. Now, before I fill in the top, now we're going to do the outside of the cake. This is where the magic happens and it all begins. Guys, I may have to put this cake in the refrigerator and make some more whipped cream. I'm hoping not. Okay, so I'm going to take this cake spatula and so this is the process of making a banana pudding cake. Yeah, guys, look like I may have to make some more whipped cream. I'm praying I don't. Because I don't really need a lot of whipped cream. I just need it to, so I can put my, because my vanilla wafers is going to cover all of this. I just need it so I can place my vanilla wafers on the cake. That's all I need it for. That's why I made a double batch of the whipped cream. Wow. Last time I made this, I had so much whipped cream left. I am shocked. Child, look like I'm gonna have to put her in the refrigerator and come back with more whipped cream. Thank God I got plenty of heavy whipping cream left. Look at that. And I still got cake left. Who knows? I may make it. I may make it. I don't know. Because remember, this is just the coating. The whipped cream is just the coating for me and my cookies. So I can take a little whipped cream from here, a little whipped cream from there, a little whipped cream from everywhere, and make it work. Child, me and my lopsided cake. Thank God this is just for family. But she gonna come together, y'all, in the end. Trust. Trust and believe that. Hey, look like she did. Look like I have enough. Some. I had to push that cake over just a little. Okay, it worked. I was worried about moving the cake over to make it centered because she was sliding, y'all. But she's okay now. She is okay now. Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to start adding the bananas. I mean the cookies. All right, guys. So now we are going to start putting the cookies on the cake. And this is where the magic happens. You see that? And that's how we're decorating this cake. I try and find decent cookies. Vanilla wafers are the best tasting, but they don't be in the best shape like they used to be back in the day. So you gotta dig through freaking A. Sorry guys. Gotta dig through and find the best cookies for the cake. And I'm trying to work kind of fast because, you know, it's whipped cream. Remember what I told y'all about finding good cookies? Child, that's the hardest part. Finding a cookie that's at least halfway decent. I'm just gonna put them on. I'm not gonna be digging through here and just say, Lord, Lord, Lord. Make them right, make them right. Because once you put it all together, you can't really tell. It's the ones that go on top for me that I'll be worried about the most. What are you talking about? You know I'm in here videotaping. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Y'all hear that? Missy want to be nice today and say Merry Christmas to y'all.
Oh, humbug.
Now she said, oh, humbug. Oh, humbug.
Oh, yeah, I was in the picture.
No, you wasn't. I didn't adjust my camera since then.
Oh.
All right. She started talking and she know I'm doing my video, y'all. People just don't have
I just love
respect.
being in your video.
People just don't have respect
I just got
for
to
the
be in
people.
your video. I make it my life goal.
Yeah, she making her life goal to mess up my videos, y'all. So as you all can see, this is how I do. And this is what makes the cake so pretty. Ooh, that's a burnt cookie, y'all. A burnt cookie.
Boy, you can eat all your cookies now?
No, the boys didn't eat all my cookies. They wanted to, I tell you.
That sounded kind of weird.
I didn't think about it like that.
Just like, what?
Now she back in the kitchen cooking, y'all. Mind you,
Yeah, I'm also doing breakfast.
I held off on doing my video because she came in here cleaning up all around my kitchen after sweeping and mopping. And then she turned around and come back again. I just put the boy out.
Oh, they walking from the dead?
Mm-hmm. I just put one of the boys out and here come Paulette.
That's right.
Nobody want to be in my videos, but they all want to be in my way.
This is your Christmas present.
Oh, she talking about it's my Christmas present. It's a Christmas present they can keep, y'all. It's a Christmas present they can keep.
Since I messed up on your other one. But It's all good in the hood.
That's a good one.
Come on, Cooper. Let's get out of her video. She's making something. You don't need to be in here. Come on. Come on. Come on, mister.
Cooper's like, I'm waiting on her to drop something.
No.
Cooper waiting on me to drop a cookie.
No. You need to get out. Get out of the kitchen. Oh, we don't play that.
How many of y'all got fur babies that just always in your way?
Come on.
My fur babies is always in the way. I'm like, will you please move, mister? And they like, this is my house.
Mm-hmm.
And you just a visit. They act like I'm a visitor in my house. I gotta let them know. Y'all the visitors, not me.
Come on, Ben Cooper. Come on, Cooper.
Okay, guys, so now I'm gonna try and squeeze one more roll in. All right, she is almost done. Now we need to add some more pudding on the top. I know. She's still talking, y'all. She's still interrupting me while I'm doing my video. Now she's talking about my son for getting his Santa Claus hat. And like, I'm not trying to do a cooking video. I'm trying.
You just put some cookies on a cake and put some cream on there and call it a day.
Anyway.
But you're doing a good job.
Anyway. Oh, she's trying to clean it up. She's trying to clean it up, y'all. She's trying to clean it up. This Christmas Day.
You think you building up? Looks delicious.
And so, with that being said, guys, I take some cookies and I for decoration. This is my cake. And you can decorate it however you want it. I just find that the cookie crumbles look better on the cake, on the top with the pudding. You know, you can do whipped cream on the top if you want. It's your choice, but we got whipped cream throughout pretty much. So this is how I do the final of my cake. And then we just clean up the cake board. All right, guys. So there we have it. Our banana pudding cake. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put her in the refrigerator and let her chill, because we've been working on it for a minute and I want the whipped cream to get back right. But as you can see, still got a little cleanup. This is what she's looking like. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed that vlog. Valletta's World. This is not the best, but she's still gorgeous. And this is my homemade banana pudding cake. I hope you all like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Valletta's World, Life After Gastric Bypass and Retirement. And with that being said, guys, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, happy New Year. Bye for now. Remember, peace, love, and happiness is the only way to live. And hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button and hype up my videos so that YouTube can share it with more people. Toodles!